the Soundcore Life Dot 2 NC are bringing a crazy amount of features for a very low price. Now it's time to see how they stack up against my number one choice, the JLAB Epic Air ANC, to see which one is going to be the better choice for you for under $100. Now, if you're interested in checking out either of these earbuds, check out the links that I'm going to leave in the description box right down below. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, because I like having transparency and honesty with my viewers, JLAB went ahead and they sent out these earbuds for my honest opinion and review. As far as the Soundcore earbuds, I went ahead and bought those myself with my own money for testing and review purposes. Now, if you have any questions, concerns about the way that I review or receive these products, check out the disclosure that I'm going to leave in the description box right down below. So first, let's talk about some of the things that they have in common. So first up, they both run in Bluetooth 5.0. They both have AAC and SBC as their connection codecs. They also both feature dual connect, so you can use either individually while the other one is charging in its respective case. As far as range goes, you can get anywhere between 35 and 40 feet, so anything from 10 to 12 meters as far as range is concerned. And then as far as video latency is concerned, it's going to be little to none with either of these earbuds. When it comes to gaming, it's going to be a little bit of latency you're going to experience with the Liberty Dot 2. With JLAB, it's going to be a little bit different because they do have access to a movie mode or low latency mode where you can speed up that timing and it'll be less of an issue for you. And then as far as water resistance rating, you've got the Epic Air ANC coming in at IP55 water and dust, with the Life Dot 2 NCs coming in with an IPX5 rating for water resistance. So a slight edge here to the Epic Air ANC, but nothing really crazy to write home about. But as far as the similarities, that is pretty much it. So now let's get into the main differences. So first and foremost, and probably the biggest difference, is going to be the battery. Now, as far as sheer playback time, the clear winner here is going to be the Epic Air ANC, but let me explain, because the Liberty Dot 2s are still no slouch when it comes to this. So the Liberty Dot 2s came in with 5 hours and 22 minutes with noise cancellation turned on, and then 6 hours and 31 minutes with noise cancellation turned off. So not a slouch, but definitely not class leading. Now, class leading, that's where the JLABs come in. So with noise cancellation turned on, you're getting a full 8 hours and 7 minutes. With noise cancellation turned off, you're going to get 13 hours and 52 minutes. So that's insane levels of battery on these earbuds, and that's why these are the clear winner when it comes to battery. Now, as far as the cases are concerned, JLAB is bringing you an additional 36 hours with the case, where the Life Dot 2 NCs are giving you an additional 28 in the case. So overall, just for battery, it's definitely going to be a win for JLAB here. As far as charging, let's move over to that. Once again, I think JLAB is going to be the winner, but this one is going to be kind of just a personal preference thing. You're kind of have to make up your mind for yourself, but it's a bit more versatile. With JLAB, you're going to get their built-in USB-A cable. Now, this is a durable cable. I always get questions about this. Yes, it's durable. I've never had a single one of these cables break on me. So it's a USB-A. You can plug it into any USB port, power bank, what have you. But the JLABs also feature Qi wireless charging. So if you have a wireless charger on your desk, you could totally charge them up just like that with no cables. Makes it a lot simpler. With the Life Dot 2 NCs, you have the option of USB Type-C. So nothing wrong with that at all. There's no Qi wireless charging here, but you do have that USB still. So it's up to you which way you want to go. Do you want USB-A along with Qi wireless, or do you want USB-C? For me personally, I like having the double option of the Epics, and that's why I'm giving them the win, but it's really going to be up to you what you prefer. So now let's get into the apps for both of these. So they both have a companion app, and both apps are available for both Apple and Android devices. For me, the clear winner here is going to be the Soundcore app, but the JLAB app is no slouch. It just hasn't had the development time of Soundcore's. So JLAB's app is relatively new. It only came out a couple of months ago. So it just hasn't had that level of development time, which is totally okay. It still gives you the features and the functions that you're going to want out of that app. You get touch control customization, you get ambient sound control, active noise cancellation control, and you get a graphic equalizer along with some presets. So with the Soundcore app, it's obviously been fleshed out a little bit more. So you're not only going to get that graphic equalizer, but you're also going to get 22 separate presets, all of which can be adjusted to your own personal taste. And you can set up your own presets in the app. And you also get access to some touch control customization. And then as far as modes, you get access to 3 separate active noise cancellation modes and 2 separate ambient sound modes in their app. So you have a lot of those options. For me, it's the better experience. I never have any issues with, the app crashing out or anything like that. Not saying the JLabs did, but overall, it's just a much cleaner and a much smoother experience overall for me personally. So for me, the win for the app is going to go to Soundcore on this one. So now let's move over to the active noise cancellation itself. The clear winner here is going to be the JLAB. And the reason that I'm saying this is the strength of JLAB's active noise cancellation with the Epic Air ANC is way above the $100 price level. So we're talking active noise cancellation that is nearly on par with stuff like from Sony, from some of the other sub 200, it's almost there. Like 95% of what you're going to get from Sony, you're getting out of the JLAB. That's just sheer active noise cancellation strength. So very, very strong. Now with the Soundcore Liberty Dot 2 NC, you're getting right around mid-range level active noise cancellation for sub 100 earbuds. So as I said in the full review of the Liberty Dot 2 NC, I would put them right around like the number 3 spot of my top 5. So definitely not as strong as the JLabs, still very good, just not as strong. So the Epic Air ANC are still the clear winner for noise cancellation. As far as the ambient or transparency mode, it sort of changes things here. So for me, the Liberty Dot 2 NC have a much more clean and a much more usable transparency mode. And they also give you the 2 different options. One of them where it's the full transparency and you hear everything around you. And the other one, which focuses more on just voices or if people are speaking to you. So both of those modes work very well with minimal white noise coming in. Where the JLabs, you can control the amount of volume of the ambient sound, but it still pulls in a ton of just ambient white noise, which can become quite disconcerting. So this is just one of those cases where for me personally, the Life Dot 2 NC take the win for this transparency mode. So now let's move over to the volume. Now, as far as volume is concerned, the winner here is going to be the JLAB Epic Air ANC. So let's say that I've got the Soundcore Life Dot 2 NC at full volume. That's right about 90% of what you get from the JLab, where you still have an additional 2 clicks of volume that you can go up if you need to. Far more volume than I need, but for some people out there, they need that extra little bit of volume, so the JLabs do have it. Now, I just want to make this clear. When I say higher volume, I just mean loudness, higher volume. Higher volume doesn't mean sounds better, just to be clear. It just means higher volume. That's all. So now let's move over to the sound quality. So for me, the winner here is going to be the Soundcore Life Dot 2 NC. Despite having 2 clicks less volume, it's a much cleaner overall sound. Now, both of these earbuds come with their own quote unquote signature sound, JLab signature, Soundcore signature. Both of these are a bass boosted and treble boosted kind of sound, but these Soundcores have a cleaner sound. They're not as overly bass heavy as what you get out of the JLabs right out of the box. Now, both of them obviously can be EQ'd to your personal taste, but there was no EQ that I could pull off in the JLabs that had them sounding quite like the Soundcores. The Soundcores just had a bit more fullness to the mid-range and a bit more clarity to the treble. So for me overall, I mean, just for pure sound quality's sake, the Soundcore Life Dot 2 NC sound better than the JLAB Epic Air ANC. So some of you may be confused because this battle is kind of back and forth. But just to be clear, it's really going to come down to what you personally need out of a set of earbuds. Do you need something with that stronger noise cancellation? Then the JLAB is the obvious choice, especially with its longer battery. Or do you need something that's going to give you better microphones and better transparency mode, along with much cleaner sound quality? Then obviously the Life Dot 2 NC are going to be the better choice for you. So it really comes down to what is better for you personally. That's what it comes down to. So before we go, I'm going to go ahead and play you the call quality clips so you can see which one is better for you. For me personally, I prefer the Soundcores, but it's up to you to decide exactly which one you prefer. Make sure you let me know down in the comments section. All right, so here we have the call quality test for the Soundcore Life Dot 2 NC. So obviously we're indoors and it's a semi-quiet environment. So testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so here we have the JLAB Epic Air ANC in a quiet environment. So testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. So here we have the Soundcore Life Dot 2 NC in a simulated crowd environment. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
So here we have the JLAB Epic Air ANC in a simulated crowded environment. Testing, 1, 2, 3. As always, you're going to have to be the judge of the call quality down in the comment section.